Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Red with that, and today I'm going to share to you guys my full mastermind on how you can change your life completely around. As someone who has changed, my own life around 7 years ago completely, from someone who used to just party and drink into someone who's been achieving quite a lot of different types of things. I think I have the right tools and information so that you guys can actually change your lives as well, right? If I've done it, you can do it too. So let's get into this full guide. Let's get into the context. So, first of all, you have to understand your flaws, right? You have to understand that no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one in this world is perfect. By understanding your own flaws, you can actually fix yourself. But if you don't think that there's anything wrong with you or you don't have any flaws, then how can you change? How can you get better? The only way we can change ourselves is to understand the things that we need to fix. Okay, so do some deep thinking. It's going to take you quite a long time to really fully understand who you are. This is actually kind of a way of finding yourself as well. Because when you find yourself, you actually start to understand, yourself a lot more better as well. So do deep thinking on your own behaviors. Why do you act in a certain way? Why do you do things in a certain way? Why have you done things overall, in the way that you've done them? So recognize them, and when you find your flaws, fix them. Put all your energy into fixing them, because this is going to change your life completely around. When you fix yourself, your life will change. Okay? So I just want to add to that it's so easy to judge others, right? It's so easy to always blame others for the things that have happened, that it was their fault or whatever. But this is not going to benefit you in any kind of way. The only thing that is going to benefit you is to understand how you can change yourself. So start judging yourself instead of judging others. And learn to take responsibility, right? This is your life. The only person who can change your life is you. Quitting addictions, dopamine detox, learning to live life without getting pleasure from everywhere. When you look at the world today, majority of the people have different types of addictions, right? All kinds of addictions. The problem that we have in today's world is that you can be addicted to pretty much anything, right? It's really changed so much, So if you have some types of addictions, really put as much as energy as you can into quitting these addictions, right? Especially with food. A lot of people always be eating outside, right? Going to restaurants and fast food and this and that. But if you eat like this, you're all probably gonna feel like shit, honestly. Why? Because all of these foods are not really healthy in a sense. You don't know what they put into these foods. They put chemicals, they put sugar, they put unhealthy oils, and all kinds of poison in a sense that us humans we're not supposed to be eating. So learn to cook, right? Make your own food. Make your food at home. Because then you're actually eating something that you know what it has inside, something healthy. There's a good saying that your gut is your second brain. So if you're only eating shit, you're going to feel shit as well. Social media, if it's used correctly, it's a very good addiction in a sense, right? But you have to learn to consume the right data. For an example, this video, right? It's a very good way of using social media because you're actually improving yourself. But if you're just scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and watching hours and hours a day, someone jumping around, hee-haw, hoo-hoo, then in my opinion, that's not really healthy anymore. Doing something for hours and hours and not really benefiting in any kind of way is just wasting your time. We have one life. This time is running really quick. So the faster you can actually change your life and living the best life possible, the better it is, right? So in order for you to replace these bad habits, you have to build new habits, right? Learn new skills. Start your self-improvement journey. Start going to the gym, exercising. And if you don't want to go to the gym, go play tennis, go run. Whatever you want to do, do it. Build new habits and replace those old habits with these new habits. Take action, right? You can have all kinds of dreams, things that you want to achieve. But if you don't take action, ain't nothing gonna change, right? Do not wait for the right moment, and don't wait for anyone, because ain't nobody coming and ain't the perfect time ever coming either, most likely. Because if you're always waiting for the right time, by waiting and waiting and waiting, you're most likely going to wait when the perfect time still comes. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you have to fix your mindset. I think this is from some movie. Some guy said that when you're scared to jump, that is exactly when you jump. So by taking action, we can change our lives, right? But if we do not change, if we do not take action, our lives is just always going to be the same, right? So get outside of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, right? Only by challenging yourself, you can get better. If you're always inside of your comfort zone and doing the things that you're already good at, or things that you are, used to do, then how can you level up? How can you get better, right? The only way we can get better is to get outside of our comfort zone, doing the things that we're not good at, learning new skills, doing things that we have never done before, right? So go for the business, go for the shot, ask to go, take the risk. You have nothing to lose, guys. You only gain experience. Whether even if you didn't succeed in that particular thing, it doesn't matter. You gain experience. And you're just getting better, right? So the next time, maybe it's going to work even better. Learn to take control over your mind, right? Our mind is going to create around 50 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. Majority of those thoughts are not relevant, and majority of those thoughts are negative, okay? So you have to understand that your feelings, your thoughts just are. Do not really take them serious. Learn to get outside of your head instead of living there like a prisoner, right? Learn to let things be. Do not react, because the present moment is all that you will ever have. If you're always living in the past or in the future, you're just in a prison, right? So you have to learn to let it go and be in the present moment. Learn to divide yourself from your emotions, right? And your thoughts and your feelings, right? Just learn to observe them like they were just clouds in the sky, right? Because once you fully learn to divide yourself from your mind, your life begins. If you're always trapped inside of your mind, you're going to be the slave to your emotions, right? But once you divide it, understand that this is you, and this is my mind, these are my thoughts, and whatever. Fully putting them away, you can actually start focusing on the things that you want to do and living in the present moment, in a sense. So do not live in the past, move on. Now, this is a routine that I've actually made for myself, and I've been following this routine for quite some time. And honestly, if you follow this routine yourself, I totally do believe that your life is going to get a lot more better. Because the biggest problem that a lot of people have is that they don't really have a good routine in their lives, right? They're just like a feather in the wind, right? Just doing whatever, whenever. But once you build a routine and follow it, you can actually have some kind of a organization in your life, I would say. Like, your life is way more organized in that type of a sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So waking up early, 6:30, 8 a.m. is really good, in my opinion. Start your morning with a meditation or a prayer. If you're not religious, around 10-minute meditation is really good. Now, going back to the dopamine detox, it's very important that you don't start your morning with pleasure. Eating cereal, eating burgers, eating pizza. Start your morning with some oatmeal, with some berries, something that is not like, oh my God, this is so good. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you don't really get the pleasure straight from the morning, right? And start working right in the morning. There's a lot of studies on this, that you're most focused in the morning. That's when you have your deep focus. Eat fruits for snacks. You don't need any food supplements if you're eating right. So get your vitamins from the fruits. Get your vitamins from the nuts, from the seeds, and the good food that you're eating, instead of eating some oily, food that they've made in some fast food restaurant and all that kind of poison. Learn to cook your own food. Make your own food. Drink plenty of water. Everyone knows. We're pretty much completely water, right? Majority of our body is water. So drink water. I've seen so many people who don't even drink water. They just drink coffee. They just drink cola. Oh my God, like what? Your brain is telling you, oh my God, please give me some water. I need some water. You need to drink water, guys. So start drinking water. Exercise 3 to 5 times a week. Very important. I think exercise is your best friend. Mentally, physically, overall for your well-being. Exercise, guys. But don't just go to the gym, don't just train. Of course, it's already good that you train, but you want to do your warm-ups. You want to do your cool-downs. So stretch. Whenever you stretch those muscle groups as well, because we don't want injuries. We want to train for the rest of our lives. Stretch, warm up, very important. Before going to the bed, you should do around 10-minute meditation. Why? Because look under the studies, right? You're going to feel extremely relaxed. Usually always when I do my 10-minute meditation before my bed, I fall asleep in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because it makes me feel so relaxed. And you're going to see when you do deep breathing meditation, especially, your body is going to automatically start yawning when it's a nighttime, right? So you're going to sleep very well, right? Go to sleep early, around 10, 11:30 p.m. is really good, put it onto your schedule. Whenever you wake up, go to sleep early as well. Focus on yourself, right? This life is all about you. It ain't about nobody else, except of course your family, your close friends, and whatever. But you are the number one priority, right? So you should never be comparing yourself to others. You should never be looking what other people are really doing, because you don't know anything about other people's lives, because it's mostly fake. It's mostly fake or kind of unrealistic understanding of what other people are doing. Maybe if you are behind their glass and always seeing what they're doing, maybe then you have some kind of a knowledge on their lives. But if you're only seeing what other people do on social media, you should not be comparing yourself in any kind of a way, because you don't know what these people are going through in their lives, right? It might look like they have nice cars and houses and a beautiful wife and children and whatever, but maybe you're doing better than them. Honestly, maybe they have $10 million in debt. Maybe they are about to go bankrupt. Maybe they are ill. Maybe they have some kind of a sickness. You don't know. So all of this comparing yourself in social media is, in my opinion, a sickness. It's an illness that you have to learn to get rid of. So many people have this. Do you know why so many people are breaking up these days? Because they're comparing their own relationships on other people's relationships, but you don't know anything about their lives. Maybe you are happier with your partner compared to them. So do not compare yourself onto anyone else. This is your life. Use all that energy onto yourself, right? And like I was saying in the beginning, focus on yourself, right? Because you have to first help yourself. If the ship sinks, everyone drowns, and you're the ship. So you have to focus on yourself. Once you are on your feet, once you have everything all right, then help others, right? This is key in life, honestly. Learn to be alone. There's a very good saying by George Washington that it's better to be alone than in bad company, right? It's better to be alone than in bad company. But overall, if you want to be alone, your life is going to get a lot more, you're going to start achieving a lot more things, because when you're alone, right, you most likely are going to start consuming your time completely differently, right? You're going to find things that you have to do, right? But also when you're by yourself, you find new ideas. You actually find yourself. If you're always surrounded by other people and hanging out, then you don't have really any time to dig deep and think about your own life. Find yourself, find new ideas and whatever. And once you are happy alone, you win, because majority of the work we do it by ourselves. So if you can be happy by yourself, working is absolutely the best thing in the world, isn't it? Because that's it. If you can be happy when you're alone, you win. Trust me on that one. And by learning to be alone, you learn to solve your own problems, right? How many people that are always asking other people for help, right? Some problem comes and maybe majority of you guys are doing it yourself. So it's so important to start to learn to solve your own problems. If someone else is always solving your problems, you're not really getting anywhere in your life, right? So you have to learn to take yourself from the neck and solve your own problems. Learn to be alone. One of the most important things in life, honestly. If you can be alone and you're happy like that, That's like a that's a very good skill to have, honestly. Make a plan for yourself. Now, after you've understood what you want from your life, make a plan, right? And you have to know what are you going to achieve and how, right? So write it down onto your plan. What are you going to achieve and how? But you have to be honest with yourself, right? You have to be fully real with yourself. So that, for as an example, let's say you want to be a business consultant. You have to understand how much of studying and different types of things is going to take you in order for you to, achieve that, right? So let's say, for as an example, you want to be a billionaire. Then you need to have an extremely good plan. You have to be honest with yourself. How are you going to achieve that? How are you going to get there? I totally do believe anything is possible as long as you have the right mindset. As long as you put your mind into it, anything is possible. But you also need to be realistic, right? You have to have a very good, strict plan. And if that plan shows you that it is possible, go for it, right? And when you execute the plan, do not quit no matter what. You made your plan, you executed the plan, now we look forward. There's no going back. Go forward and do not quit no matter what. And then we're going to go on to this one, which is going to be the don't look back, right? Once you have executed the plan, now you're going towards your new life. You've changed your life around. You've made the 180. We're not going to be looking back anymore, right? And there's going to come different types of traps. Maybe some other old friends from your past are going to come in front of you and, trying to take you back to your old habits, like addictions or whatever. But you have to stay strong. You have to learn to not fall onto the traps. So we can only fall forward. No matter what happens in your life, you do not fall back anymore. We only fall forward. We only follow the plan that we have made. Okay? And it's not going to be easy, guys. Like, this all sounds so easy. But changing your life is never easy. It's a lifelong process. If you have been, let's say, 10 years negative, it's going to take you another 10 years to be fully positive. Or maybe not 10 years, but it's going to take you quite some time. So never quit, never give up, okay? It's not going to be easy, but you want to stay strong and always look forwards, okay? And always remember why you started, right? That's one of the best things you can do. Remember, why did you go to this direction? That's always what I have in my mind. Whenever I feel like giving up or whatever, I remember why I started. Why am I here? Why am I here? That's a very good thought. If you can understand if you can remember why the reason why you started all of this, it's easier to look towards the future, honestly. So that was it, guys. I truly wish you guys the best of luck, and make sure to never stop, never quit, and always keep improving, okay? I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, make sure to comment below, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.